Hey, video response to P226 Nut and anybody else that's following along with our conversation. Going to steel man a couple of your points because I felt going back over my response, I wasn't trying to pick out or make it seem as if I thought you were wrong, flat out wrong about certain failures economically. Also, if I made it seem like you were wrong about solid gold standard or anything, I don't mean it that way at all. There's definitely a place where, what they call Keynesian economics, which is the fiat fractional banking, that kind of stuff is more prolific than Austrian economics, which Austrian economics, that's when you have like a solid scarce supply as a node of value, which is kind of the argument that you were pushing. What is nice about it is it keeps people from running rampant, and which, from everything we see in the news and the things we see in life and the things that we don't feel in control of, appear to be out of control. And when things appear to be out of control, that could be when we start to think we're gonna have that crash, right? So I really see where you're coming from there. And I also, any news, any reports, really support that view. And if you're anything like me, if you're close to Tulsa or maybe one of its surrounding suburbs, I don't know where you are. We see money that, say I don't personally have, and you wonder, well, where's that money coming from? How's that working out? And is it the result of these other people? And we see a fentanyl crisis, we see proxy wars, and definitely have the perspective of we don't actually build anything in America anymore. You get a box of a product, if it's technical or whatever, from your iPhone to your Droid to a little knick-knack that you're getting for your car that the mechanic says you need. You roll that box over and it don't say made in the USA. And that's troubling to a situation. You're relying on an outside source. Historically, things like NAFTA, and when they made that push for a global economy, you are right. And if the empire, though, is global, are you necessarily seeing an empire crumbling versus somebody's trying to build a global empire at the cost of us losing our local empire? So to clarify, when you're thinking empire crumbling, and I don't have a problem with that. Well, I don't have a problem with what you say about that the empire is crumbling and we're in the last throes of it. But do you mean the United States empire or the empire of Western culture, Western civilization? Because it does make a difference in where we go. Because if you look at France, France is mostly lost. Your Norwegian countries is also mostly lost as Middle Eastern cultures integrate those locations, and those areas become more and more, I don't want to say liberal, and I don't want to say progressive. It's something beyond that. If anything, it's closer to a communist revolution of sorts, where you have these immigrants going into those places. And you mentioned Nazi Germany. Well, Hitler used the brown shirts to cause that revolution, and then something built up afterwards. I can see that as a possibility. And if we're looking at Western civilization as a culture, those, let's call them brown shirts, those brown shirts are in position to do what they have to do. Got a couple more issues, but interested in that clarification, if you can. Thank you for the responses. It's definitely what I needed. Work's been a bunch of bullshit, and not that the people I have locally aren't conversationalists, but there's stuff that I can talk to you and my friends on here that they're not particularly interested in having that conversation. Either it's a waste of time, or they're not into the pseudo intellectual flights of fancy that I dig. All right, take it easy, man, and hope to continue the conversation, and hope everyone else feels welcome to chime in. I feel like we're rolling through the topics pretty quick regarding it, but there's plenty to talk about. I can even get into why this shit doesn't seem to bother me too. All right, see y'all later.